Hello from Seoul. There are so many great food combos: bacon and egg, burger and fries, spaghetti and meatball. But today, you will see one of the best combinations in Korean cuisine. Alright, are you guys ready? Let's get started. Today, we're gonna be making Sundubu Jjigae, soft tofu stew. It really works great with almost any kind of ingredients, but personally, I think kimchi works the best with this bad boy. Trust me, if you try this, you won't be able to find any kimchi in your fridge. Yes, it's that delicious. For this, you will need some pork, kimchi, soft tofu, green onion, garlic, and some chilies for garnish. What? Something is missing? That's right, we need to drop an egg into the boiling stew, so make sure to get yourself some eggs too. First, cut 200 grams of pork into nice bite-sized pieces. I'm using pork belly here, but you could also use pork leg, pork shoulder, or whatever you have in your fridge. So just use what you have, that's the best. But make sure it's got enough fat in it, because we want plenty of fat to melt into the broth. And that is the restaurant secret. Next, cut 1 cup or 200 grams of kimchi into nice bite-sized pieces. Here, we gotta use well-fermented kimchi because it should be nice and sour, just like when you make kimchi stew. If you just make with freshly made kimchi, we can't call it kimchi soft tofu stew. That'll be more like a cabbage soft tofu stew. That doesn't sound too bad, but well-fermented kimchi is the key to this recipe. And then thinly slice some green onions. Like I always say, you'll be like the more, the better, because when the fat meets this bad boy, they create amazing fragrance and flavor. So remember, more green onion, more delicious. Once that's done, smash 3 cloves of garlic and finely chop them. That's it, so simple, right? Alright, before we start cooking, let's make the seasoning paste. In a small container, add 3 tablespoons of gochugaru, Korean chili pepper flakes, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of fish sauce, half a teaspoon of sugar, 1 tablespoon of dashida, Korean beef stock powder, half a teaspoon of black pepper, and give it a good mix. Here, some of you might say, Aaron, I don't like fish sauce, that's too fishy. Listen, do you know how much fish sauce is used in your favorite kimchi? Ho ho. You can't even imagine it. But you just felt it's refreshing and full of umami, right? The same thing will happen in here, so don't worry about it. This will make your Sundubu Jjigae so much more flavorful. Alright, everything is all set. Let's get cooking. In a wok or pot, add 2.5 tablespoons of oil, pork belly, and place it over medium-high heat. And then let it cook for about 5 minutes. Of course, we could wait until the wok is heated, but this way, we can prevent oil splatter. It's not pork stir fry. Our goal here is just to render out the fat, so don't worry about it. And here, some of you might say, Aaron, it looks like too much oil, can I reduce it? Yes, you can, but it's not gonna be tasty. Soft tofu stew has to have that beautiful chili oil on top. That's gonna give us that iconic spicy flavor that we're looking for. So stop worrying and follow my lead. Once most of the fat has rendered out and the pork is nicely browned on both sides, throw in your green onions, garlic, and stir them around for about 1 to 2 minutes. We're not done yet, but since it smells wonderful, everyone in your house will notice that you're cooking something delicious. When the garlic and green onions start to pick up some color, add 2 tablespoons of soju and stir them around for about 1 minute. It's gonna give us the pleasant savoriness and umami. What? You can't get this? Then use some sake or adding a little bit of water will help. But beer or red wine is your call, but I'm not responsible for that. Alright, reduce the heat to medium, add our chopped kimchi, the seasoning paste, and saute for about 4 to 5 minutes. Make sure you give it a good stir so it doesn't burn on the bottom. If the chili pepper flakes burn, you have to start it over again, so please be careful. Alright, when the kimchi is wilted down, add 3 cups of rice water and bring it to a boil. For information, in Korean cuisine, soup or stew is not an appetizer, it's more like a main dish. So we always eat it with steamed rice. So when cooking your rice, make sure to save the cloudy starch water called saltmul. Of course, you could just use plain water, but the starch from the rice water will make the soup more thickened and delicious. Once you can see some bubbles in the middle, reduce the heat to medium-high and simmer for 5 more minutes. When time's up, bring your spoon and give it a quick taste. It can be too sour or too salty depending on your kimchi. So if it's too sour, add a pinch of sugar. It's gonna balance out the sourness. And if it's not too salty, just perfect to your taste buds, that's not right. It has to be a little bit salty. Soft tofu contains a lot of moisture, so when it goes into the stew, it's gonna dilute our soup. So we have to make it a little bit salty. So let's add a quarter teaspoon of salt. Alright, let's add 2 tubes or 700 grams of soft tofu. Using a spoon, break them into nice big chunks. And then just continue to boil for about 3 minutes. Alright, we're almost there. Of course, you could just serve it in a bowl. But if you want more authentic vibes, bring this kind of tukbeki and carefully add it in. Trust me, this will make you feel like you're in a Korean restaurant. And then top it up with some sliced chilies, green onions, and some eggs. Now all we have left is just bring it to a boil and wait until it's piping hot. That's it. So simple, right? But the taste is not gonna be simple. Alright, let's call our taste tester.
Claire? Tofu and kimchi? My favorite two guys in one pot. I can't wait to try. Let's dig in. Woo! Look at the chili oil. Looks insane, right? 와, 진짜 맛있어 보인다. 거기에 소리까지. See, it's beautiful. 뜨거우니까 조심 조심. Cheers. Make sure it doesn't burn your tongue. 와, 진하네. 순두부랑 같이 먹으면 진짜 맛있겠다. 와, 가볼까요? 너무 좋은데, 비주얼이. 흰 쌀밥 위에 대조되게 탁 놔두고서 먹으면 얼마나 만족스럽다고. Cheers! 그냥 내 얼굴 표정이 다 나오지 않아? 너무 맛있는데? 그냥 입에 들어가는 순간 순두부가 그냥 샥 녹으면서 그 맛있는 국물과 함께 입에 싹 퍼진단 말이야. 말할 것도 없어. 그냥 너무 맛있어. 그리고 이거 진짜 김치 넣은 거 진짜 신의 한 수다. 나는 사실 순두부찌개 할 때 김치 넣은 건 잘 많이 안 먹어봤거든? 너무 맛있는데? 너무 뻔한 얘기긴 한데 정말 김치찌개의 맛도 느껴지고 순두부찌개의 맛도 딱 느껴져. 정말로 김치찌개 먹을지 순두부찌개 먹을지 결정장애 올 때 딱이네. 완전 괜찮다. 김치의 새콤함도 제대로 느낄 수 있고 순두부찌개에서 오는 그 부드러운 식감 그것도 온전히 즐길 수 있는 것 같아. 속에 있는 김치와 돼지고기를 가져와 보겠다. This is what I'm talking about. It's gonna be super hot. Be careful. 국물도 한 번 더 끼얹고. It's a huge bite. Cheers! 와, told you, super hot, but super delicious. 엄청 뜨거운데 이 맛에 찌개가 없는 거야. 정말 맛있어. 와. 밥 한 그릇이 뭐야? 한 2~3 그릇 먹을 수 있겠다. 진짜 이 정도로 건더기 팍팍 넣어가지고 먹으면 끝도 없이 먹을 수 있을 것 같아. 매콤하고 새콤하고 칼칼하고 정말 그냥 막 스트레스 풀리는 그런 느낌? 그러면서도 컴포트한 푸드의 느낌이 제대로 느껴진다. 나 너무 흥분했다. 오랜만에 이런 거 먹어가지고. 아무튼 맛있다. 땀이 막 나는데 엄청 맛있어. 순두부가 주인공인 것 같지만 뭐니 해도 이 계란이 빠지면 순두부찌개가 아닙니다. 터트려서 creamy. Creamy and soft. Just delicious. 맛있어. Definitely worth a try, even if you burn your tongue. Just like any other soup or stew, it's gonna taste way better the next day. So if you hesitate to make this because it looks too much for you, don't worry about it. Just make it and save for tomorrow. It's gonna be more fantastic. Trust me.
Today, we made one of the most popular Korean food, sundubu jjigae, with some kimchi. How was it? Nothing complicated, right? Thanks to this recipe, I think you will save some money, like $50 per week. Because from now until forever, you don't have to go to a Korean restaurant for this. Yes, it's that delicious. But you don't have to pay me back. I just want you to be happy with this amazing stew. That's all I want. Alright, this is it for today, and I'll see you next time.